Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here, I would love if you would join the family and subscribe down below. I know I say that in the beginning of every single video, but I feel like that's just the thing that you say. You know, I feel like every YouTuber, that's like the first thing you say. It's just kind of like a habit. But if you don't want to subscribe, then that's fine too. Unsubscribe if you want. So let me start by saying I saw this tag going around. One of my friends here on YouTube, Samantha March, she did this video, I think because she watched another girl do a video like this, and I thought it was such a cool idea. It's all about makeup that's like used and abused, products that you just use so much because you love that you can just look at them and tell that you love them because they literally look dirty or just like used and abused. And I just thought this was such a cool video because this kind of shows you, what products you actually truly love because you use them all the time. That's why they're like, look the way they look. So let's just get on into it. I'm just going to start with this. This is one of my favorite setting sprays ever. And the reason why I'm even showing this is because you can see that the bottle is extremely dirty. This was black or like a dark blue, I don't even know. But it's so dirty because you can see all my handprints on it from using it so much. This is the best, in my opinion, setting spray for like longevity. So whenever I want my makeup to just not move, this is the setting spray that I use. This isn't really going to give you that like dewy, like beautiful skin look. That's more of like other setting sprays that I use. This is more for like if you really want your makeup to just be locked in place. It almost gives you that like sticky like hairspray kind of feeling on your face, but that's how you know it's working because your makeup is not going to budge. So I have to say that I've used and abused this so many times. You can see it's just dirty, and I'm surprised that I still have the cap because usually I lose caps to everything. So I'm actually really surprised that the cap is still here. Moving on, I do want to talk about a concealer. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to tell on camera, but you can see that this concealer is pretty much done for, and you can see that the wand applicator, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, but it is so like dried up and just so disgusting. There's literally like no product left in here. I'll try to zoom in, but you can see that this is just like, there's no concealer left in here at all. Like, it's just the sides are all swiped and it's just been through it all. So I already opened up a new one because I love this concealer so much. Let's talk about this next product. This is a BB cream by Garnier. This packaging is old. It's definitely a new packaging now, but as you can see, this has been loved by me very much so that there's no product left and it just looks like a hot mess. This is like such a good BB cream to wear when you just want to look put together a little bit but you don't want a full coverage foundation look, or if you are going outside and you're going to be in the sun. This has SPF 15 in it, so I like to use this in the summer a lot. That's why it is empty, because I use the crap out of this in the summertime and I just really like using it if I'm not going to want to be wearing a full face of makeup, if I'm going to be out in the sun and it's going to be really hot and I'm going to be, wiping my makeup off anyway. So I use this quite a bit. It's completely empty and you can tell it's just disgusting looking. Let's talk about a liquid lipstick that has my heart, my soul, my whole being. I love this liquid lipstick so much to the point where I've gone through 5. Okay, I'm gonna repeat that. I have gone through 5 of these liquid lipsticks. And when I say gone through, I mean like completely empty. Okay? So as you can see, this is it right here. It's literally disgusting looking. This one is empty. I have a couple backups that I have in my vanity. I keep one in my purse. I keep one everywhere, literally everywhere. And this is by ColourPop, and this is in the shade MIDI. So this liquid lipstick is my all-time favorite color. I wouldn't say my favorite formula because ColourPop liquid lipsticks, this one's an ultra matte, so this one can get a little drying. So I always top it with a lipstick that I'm going to talk about in a second. I just love this color. It's so beautiful. I don't even think there's any product in here left to show you the color because, guys, look at this wand. It is disgusting. Like, look how grimy that is. It's so disgusting. There's absolutely no liquid lipstick in here left. Like, the sides are all scraped. There is nothing left. You can see, like, it's just so gross. This is my baby. Like, I love this liquid lipstick. I will say that it's not very consistent, as in I've purchased a few, and the weird thing is some of them look a little warmer and some of them are more cool, but it's like a nude pinky kind of mauve-y color. I use this all the time in a bunch of selfies on my Instagram, and so many people ask me what lip color I have on, and it's this one. But like I said, when I repurchase it, sometimes I'm like, oh, this one looks a little different. And I don't know, obviously you can't get like the exact same formula every time. You are only paying $6 for it, so I think it's so worth the money. You guys should definitely check out ColourPop liquid lipsticks if you are on a budget and you really want to play around. They have so many different colors to choose from. I've gone through so many of these. It's my baby. Now I want to talk about a lipstick that I always tap over this one to give it more of like a creamy finish, because this can dry really, really matte. And this color just mixes so good with that color. This is by CoverGirl, and this is in the color Caramel Kiss. I've talked about this so many times. I've talked about it in my favorites videos. I talked about it in my Ride or Die, I think. And it is just one of my all-time favorite lipsticks from the drugstore. It's in the color 240 Caramel Kiss, like I said. And as you can see, this is all I have left. I've never gone through a lipstick so much in my life. Yes, this has been through so much with me. I use this all the time. I throw this in my purse, and it literally is one of my favorite lipsticks. I actually have it on top of a lip liner that I'm going to talk about in a second. And I just like the peachy kind of like warm to it, but it's not too warm. And that's why I love it on top of this one, because this is a more cool tone. This is peachy. So these two together are my favorite. I love them. So this lip liner that I'm going to talk about, you can really see that I have used and abused this, because the packaging is supposed to be white. And I don't even know what happened to this. But I throw this in my makeup bag, and I don't know, my makeup bag always looks like a bomb went off. There's always like liner everywhere, mascara, like I don't know how it happens. But I carry this lip liner around with me in my makeup bag everywhere, and it's just the perfect like neutral kind of nude. So that's it right there. And this is in the color, I don't know what color it is, because it seems to me like it has rubbed off. I will try to figure out which color this is and leave it down below for you guys. But it is the perfect nude. I have it on my lips today with this lipstick, and I just love it. I think it's a really good, affordable lip liner. Very creamy, very smooth. So this next thing is by the brand Milani. I love Milani, and this is their Brow Fix Brow Kit. Now, as you can see, this I have used the crap out of. There used to be a color up here, and it was like a highlight shade. Gone. This brown color, you can see I've clearly hit pan, and this, there's a pretty good dent in here. I like to mix these two to fill in my brows if I either want a really bold look. Sometimes I usually fill my brows in with like a like my Anastasia Brow Wiz, and then I'll tap it with a powder just to really lock the brows in place. That's what I did today for my brows. I'm kind of trying a new brow shape. Like, I filled them in a little thicker. I don't know how I feel about it. I know thicker brows are in, but I feel like, I don't know. So I like to use this to set my brows because they really keep them in place. I've used this for probably 2 years, and I mean, it's still going strong, but this bad boy, just, you can tell that I use it a lot. Love it. It's just so good. Next thing I want to talk about is something I've talked about in my Ride or Die video. I've talked about it in a bunch of my videos. I've used it in makeup tutorials, and it is the Maybelline eyeliner. I don't know if you guys will be able to see. I'm gonna zoom you in so you can see this better. As you guys can see, this bad boy is just, it's donezo. It's so done for. I have used the crap out of this to the point where there is no use left. I mean, there's a little bit on the sides, but I'm not gonna even play with this. I'm gonna put this in my products I've used, and I'm sure I'll talk about it in that video, but this is the best gel eyeliner in my opinion that I've used. I'm sure there are other amazing gel eyeliners, but this one's affordable. It's amazing. I love this for the waterline. It doesn't budge, and it's also amazing for the lash line to create like a wing. It is super matte, super black. I've gone through probably 30 of these. I'm not even kidding. The next thing that I want to talk about is a bronzer. And this is by MAC. This actually isn't really technically like a bronzer. It's their Mineralized Skin finish in the shade Give Me Sun. I've seen so many people talk about this on YouTube. It's a very well-known product. And I've used the crap out of it. I've used and abused this product. It is time to say goodbye. I have a new one ready for me to use. And there's like a little patch left that I could use. If I didn't purchase another one, I'd still be using this, but I did purchase another one because it was just making me sad to like try to use every little bit left of this. So I have another one, and this is just the most beautiful warm toned bronzer. That is it right there. I just love the way this performs. It's so smooth, it's so creamy. It just blends amazingly. This can be very orange if you use too much of it or if you are too fair. I would say if you're lighter than me, this is going to look orange on you. So I would definitely use a light hand, but if you use a very light hand, you can get away with it. It gives you that kind of like you've been in the sun all day look, and the name is just perfect because it really is that Give Me Sun look. It's just beautiful. I love this. Another bronzer that I have used and abused is the NARS Laguna bronzer. This is an oldie but a goodie. I actually used to use this all the time. This was like my go-to like bronzer, and I haven't reached for it recently just because there's only a little bit left, and it's just annoying like to just get my brush in the corners, so I just always grab for like a different bronzer. But this is an amazing bronzer. It's more of like an ashy bronzer. It doesn't have like, if you look at the two next to each other, this is Give Me Sun, and this is Laguna. Laguna is more of like an ashy tone kind of bronzer. You can get away with contouring with this, and it's just a beautiful bronzer, and that's why I've used and abused it to the point where I don't even use it anymore because it's just like annoying to try to get this on the edge. But this is just definitely a really good bronzer. I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for an ashy tone bronzer. This will be the one. Let's talk about a blush. I've talked about this blush so many times in my videos. I'm sure if you guys follow me all the time and you watch my videos, you know that I love this blush because I use it in so many tutorials. I talk about it in my favorites. I talk about it in my ride or die. It's just my blush. This is my blush, okay? Like the name of it should be Valerie. It shouldn't be Margin, okay? The name should be Valerie because this is mine. I've used it. I've abused it. It's gone in my purse. This has traveled with me. It's just my baby, okay? It is the most beautiful blush. I'm definitely going to be repurchasing this. It's getting to the point, that is it right there. You can't really see how beautiful it is until you put it on your cheeks. I do have it on my cheeks today just a little bit. It gives you that like highlighty cheek look. Has a little bit of like a nice like peachy undertone to it. It's beautiful when you have a tan. This is my go-to blush. I mean, it's pretty obvious. This has definitely been like my ride or die blush. I love this so much. Alright, now let's talk about a couple highlights. I have 3 that I want to talk about. Let's talk about this. This palette is the Becca and Jaclyn Hill Face Palette, okay? Now, I don't know what happened to mine, but if you can see, there's like a yellow kind of like, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to tell, but it's just dingy looking, and this was such a beautiful like white, beautiful white and gold, and now it's just like, so I don't know what happened to this. I leave it in my vanity, and I don't know if like the temperature or something like messed with the packaging. I don't know, but this is definitely used and abused because you can see I am literally almost out of champagne pop right here. There's highlight all over the mirror. I used this today on my cheekbones. I mixed these two. There's literally highlight all over this palette, and it's just so messy. I absolutely love this blush shade. It is so, so beautiful. But Champagne Pop is like my all-time favorite highlight. Every time I use a different highlight, I always go back to Champagne Pop, and I always realize how beautiful it is. It is such a beautiful champagne highlight. I'm sure you guys have used it before or heard about it. It's amazing, and this palette has definitely been abused. Like, I literally shove this in my bag if I'm traveling. I just love this. I love this highlight. I know you can buy it separately, but when I bought this, it's perfect because it has the blush in there and it has these two highlights. I love Prosecco Pop. It's such a beautiful gold. These two mixed together are just beautiful. So another highlight that I want to talk about is this, and this is the highlight in Rodeo Drive by OFRA Cosmetics. As you can see, I've hit pan right there. Right there, you can see a little pan. I don't really know what else to say about this highlight besides the fact that it is literally so beautiful. I say that about everything, but it is just so yummy. It's just that beautiful, like, gold highlight. It makes you look so dewy, so glowy. Ugh, I love this highlight. I use it so much to the point where you can see the pan, and this is like probably 2 months old. Like, that's pretty. That's a lot of highlight, girl. That's a lot of highlight. I would definitely recommend this highlight if you like a bam in your face golden highlight. You've been missing out. You need to purchase this. Another highlight that I want to talk about is this, and this is the Faced Candlelight Glow. This poor thing, it's been used and abused. There's no cap on it. It's broken off. And it's time to get a new one. I don't really hear any YouTubers talk about this or see anyone really use it. I think this was my first highlight I've ever purchased in my life, and like I said, it's in Candlelight Glow. It's just this beautiful kind of like cooler toned icy blush. No, this is highlight. It is this one right here. It's more of a cool tone highlight, like I said. It is so beautiful. I've used the crap out of it. The top is missing. It's just time to say goodbye and get a new one. Alright, so the last thing that I want to talk about are eyeshadow palettes, but first I just wanted to mention this lash glue because it's used and abused. So this is what it looks like, and the top doesn't even close. Do you hear that? Ew. The top doesn't even close all the way because there is so much glue on the sides that it literally just doesn't close because it needs to say goodbye. So I'm going to purchase another one. This is the Lash Brush On Duo Glue. This is just a great affordable lash glue, and I love it because it has the wand. So I just do like a coating on my lash band, let it dry, pop it on, and it's easy as that. But I had to mention this because this is time to just throw out and say goodbye, because this is not pretty anymore. Like, it's embarrassing. Okay, so this video is getting super long, so we're going to talk about some eyeshadow palettes that have definitely been used a ton by me. The first one being by Too Faced, again with the poor packaging. Like, this is no longer connected to this eyeshadow palette because I've traveled with this, I've done bridal makeup with it, this is just, no. There's no words. Like, okay, I don't know if you guys will be able to see that, but this shadow right here has a huge, like, indent in it. This color right here, there's like a huge nail mark from my nails. I have fake nails, so it's very easy to take like chunks out. It was funny when I was watching Samantha March's video on YouTube, she has the same problem where she has like nail marks in all of her eyeshadows. That is me, girl. You're not alone. I think there's a nail mark in every single one of these eyeshadows. I don't know if you guys will be able to see. There's a nail mark in this one, there's a nail mark in this one, there's nail marks all up here, all up here. They're just everywhere. This palette, you just need this palette in your life. It is such a good staple piece to have. You have your kind of like warm shades, you have gold, you have more like cool tones. Over here you have a pop of green, some shimmers. It's just, I love this palette. This shade in particular, you can see there is a huge gap like missing over here. I just don't think I'll ever be able to let this go, even though it's literally missing the top. And I'm sure that's, I don't know, I could probably like do something to fix that, but I love the Too Faced chocolate bar. It is literally a cult favorite. Next palette that I want to talk about is this guy. This is the Modern Renaissance palette. As you can see, mine is disgustingly filthy. There is eyeshadow all over here. It's looking sad. I got some makeup over here. It's just, it doesn't look pretty anymore. And as you can see, this palette has been used and abused There is literally eyeshadow everywhere. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. The lights kind of like make everything look a little more perfect than they are. But there's eyeshadow all over here, like literally everywhere. These two shadows you can see that I love. I have green eyes. I love doing reds and like deep reds, browns. Just love those tones. So I've used the crap out of these. These all right here I've used so much of. This color right here, Vermeer and Primavera. There's ditches in there. This color right here, this orange, so beautiful. This brown is like the perfect deep matte brown. It is beautiful. This palette might be my all-time favorite palette ever. I think it is because I really use this a lot. Like when I'm like, okay, I need to do a makeup look, but I don't know what, I always grab this palette and I always come up with something. It's just, you can create so many different looks with this. It is so beautiful. The next eyeshadow I want to talk about is a very, very pricey palette. I got this for Christmas from my sister, and it is the Natasha Denona Star palette. So it looks like this. It still looks in pretty good shape. I mean, there isn't eyeshadow like all over it. There is a little bit of like dirty eyeshadow back here. But I want to show you guys the inside because the inside isn't so pretty. So here we have a bunch of eyeshadow all over the place because they have this stupid freaking, I hate this. I know you could rip this stupid plastic thing out, but I just leave it in there because, I mean, it's expensive. So, I mean, I just leave it. And I like that it has the names on there, but this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. And you can see that it's just very dirty looking. I've used this color so many times. It is like butter, okay? These eyeshadows are so pricey and they're for a reason. They are literally the most creamy, pigmented colors. Like that is one swipe of the matte color and it is stunning. I will say there's a few colors in here that I'm not fond of. This one up here is just like a pure glitter. So you do get a lot of fallout and it's kind of like chunky glitter. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that. Their other shades, like their metallic shades, are so beautiful. This palette I've used the crap out of because it is so pricey, so I try to get my money's worth even though I didn't buy it, my sister did, but it's just an amazing palette. Natasha Denona eyeshadows are the best on the market, I think. They're just so creamy. Their metallics are just so beautiful. So worth the money. I love this palette. Okay, we're getting to the end. The last palette I want to talk about is by Morphe, and this is the 350 palette. This has been talked about so many times on YouTube, sold out so many times. I finally got my hands on it, and I got my hands on it. Like, as you can see, it's a little dirty. It needs to wash this, but this palette is just, there's a reason why it was sold out so much. It's stunning. I have a makeup tutorial using this. I'll try to find it and link it up here for you guys. This color right here has my heart. Okay. It is literally so beautiful. I don't know why I always use my middle finger. It's just a habit. Can we just take a second to look how pigmented that is in one swipe? Literally one swipe. There's so much pigmentation there. And the colors all in here are just so creamy. This orange, it's beautiful. Like there's so many colors in here that are so beautiful, so stunning. I've used the absolute crap out of this palette. These shades right here in particular, I really love all these kind of warm shades. So yes, this palette, used and abused. That completes this video. Obviously I have so many products that I love and use that I didn't talk about in this video, but these are products that I've just loved a little too hard. I've been a little rough on them. I'm sorry. I love you guys all. I'm sorry. Give this video a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it. So yeah, that's about it. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!